Greetings. If you're watching this, it means that you have enrolled in an online history course at Mountain View College. My name is Dr. Ryan Pettengill, and I'll be your professor for the next several weeks. What I hope to accomplish in this video segment is to familiarize you with the guidelines, policies, and expectations for our course this semester. So what I'd like you to do, if you've not yet done so, I want you to go ahead and download a copy of the syllabus. Now you can get a copy of the syllabus by going into eCampus, clicking on Content, that's on the left-hand side of the page, and then opening up the folder entitled Course Documents. A folder or syllabus is right inside. Put me on pause and go ahead and do that now. Okay, the first thing that I'd like to point out is how you get a hold of me, and the easiest way to contact me is through email. The email address at the top of the screen there, or top of the page there, is checked regularly, and generally speaking, if you can get me a message before 3 o'clock, Monday through Friday, there's a very good chance that I'll respond the same day. It's a little slower after 3, and even slower still on the weekends, but nonetheless, I generally will respond within a 24-hour time period. There is an office phone number that is listed on the syllabus. I can't guarantee you that I will answer it. However, if you leave me a voicemail, I'll be sure to return your call or email you as soon as I possibly can. My office is located on the campus of Mountain View College, and if you want to meet with me, I'm office number W as in West, W243. The thing about meeting me in my office, though, is I need you to pre-arrange a time so that we can meet. So if you want to meet face-to-face, let me know through email or phone, and we'll set up a time that's convenient for both of us. This course, History 1302, this is a course that will survey modern American history. So we'll begin in 1877, and we will go all the way through the first decade of the 21st century. This is the time period that we're going to be discussing, but the issues, events, and themes of our class are going to be very varied and broadly defined. Much of the syllabus I will leave up to you when it comes to reading on your own. I'm more or less highlighting the most important points. So just because I don't go through them, please don't think that they're unimportant. Now the next thing that I'd like to cover is the reading list, the books that you are to buy. There's really only one book that you absolutely have to buy, and that's the Goldfield text, which is entitled The American Journey. Now, what I'm really talking about is a code that you need to buy. This is an online e-text. It's an online class, so I wanted something that would be very portable for all of you. Anyway, the most convenient place to buy this code would be at the Mountain View College bookstore. Now, don't misunderstand me here. I'm not trying to solicit you for any sort of business. I don't see a dime of any of that money. It's just I do have conversations with the people over there at the bookstore. They know me, they know what I need, and therefore they would probably be the best people to be able to get you into what course material you need as soon as humanly possible. So go buy a copy, or in this case code, of the Goldfield text. The next two books you've got a little bit of choice with. I've given you each a copy of Upton Sinclair. That book is entitled The Jungle. Now, you can find this book on eCampus. It's already there ready for you to read. It's in a folder, also in Content, entitled Online Texts. So, if you wanted to, you could read that right on your computer, your laptop, your mobile device, whatever the case may be. You can also buy it for very, very, very cheap in places like Amazon, half-price books, Barnes & Noble. I really don't care what edition, what copy you get, as long as you get a copy and you start reading it ASAP. The next book that I need you to purchase is a book entitled Nickeled and Dimed. This is a book by Barbara Ehrenreich. This is so new that I was not able to give you a copy for free like I was with the Jungle, but the good news is it's not very much money. You should be able to get a copy for somewhere under $15, just so you know. Now the last thing I need you to do when it comes to the reading list, I need you to go to the Mountain View College library and check out a DVD series entitled Transforming America. Now, if you go to the library and you tell them that you're enrolled in my class and you can remember Transforming America, the librarian will know exactly what you're talking about and you'll be all set. If you're not around campus or you don't want to go to the library, I've also uploaded these videos right online. So if you open up the folder that's entitled Transforming America Videos, you'll be taken to a URL, and that link will take you directly to the lessons that you need to watch, and that'll make a lot more sense in just a moment here. At any rate, those are the books that you are to read for this semester. If you would please, scroll down to page 3. What you're going to find on page 3 is a course outline. What this will do is it will give you a week-by-week breakdown of what you'll be doing, what we'll be talking about, and most importantly, what you're responsible for submitting as far as assignments are concerned. So I want us to take a look at week 1 for an example. At the beginning of that assignment, you are to read the first few chapters of the American Journey. Now, in addition to reading the first few chapters, I also need you to complete the online readings. Now, what are the online readings? Well, what they are online documents that I've uploaded for you in eCampus. You can find them by logging in, clicking on Content, and I believe it's the third folder from the top. There's a folder entitled Online Readings. Just download each of the online readings that the syllabus indicates for any given week, and that's your reading assignment in eCampus. In addition to the readings, I also need you to watch a few of the lessons in the Transforming America series. So in this case, I need you to watch at least lesson number 1. Now once again, if you've got the DVD collection, it's pretty simple. Just pop that thing in your computer or your DVD player. And at that point, what you're going to be what will happen is you'll be taken to a main menu. Click on, for example, lesson number 1. Watch lesson number 1 in its entirety, and it's approximately 30 minutes long. Okay? Now, when it comes to your written assignments, you'll note that this week you have a discussion forum to complete, at least one. Now, what these discussion forums are will be outlined for you here in just a few minutes, but for the time being, understand that the discussion forums are generally due at the end of any given week. So you have a discussion forum assignment this week. You also have a quiz due this week. Quiz 1 is available to you, and to access it, all you do is go into the Week 1 folder of eCampus, click Content, open up Week 1, and you'll find an assignment folder. Inside that assignment folder, you have a copy of Quiz 1. Upload your response, and then you're all set when it comes to the completion of the quiz. That's it in a nutshell when it comes to the week-by-week breakdown of the assignments and the readings. So what I'd like you to do now is scroll to the middle of page 4, and I want to go through how you get the grade that you hope to achieve in this class. The best thing that you can do when it comes to maximizing points is participate in the class discussions. Now how you do that is you complete those discussion forums. Many weeks in this class you will be required to complete a discussion forum, which is more or less a very open-ended question that's going to ask you to take a look at several documents in the online readings, and it's going to ask you to use those documents to answer the questions. Now, in addition to answering those questions, I also need you to engage the opinions and the thoughts of your fellow students. So, it is the closest thing to an actual conversation, like one that we would have if this class met face-to-face, but considering this is an online class, this is the next best thing. Now, these discussion forums are worth 15%, 15 points of your cumulative score. Generally speaking, I don't grade for grammar. I don't really even grade for content, so to speak. What I grade these based off of is, did the student actually complete the readings? Is it evident that he or she did? And is it evident that she or he is actually entertaining the thoughts of his or her fellow classmates? If those two questions are yes, I generally don't have a problem with awarding 15 out of 15 possible points. The next best thing that you can do when it comes to getting an A in this class is complete the quizzes. Now, the quizzes are open book, they're untimed. What they'll do, for the most part, is they'll ask you to examine a particular document, and usually they'll be very, very specific. Examine this particular document and use it to answer this open-ended question. Like the discussion forums, what I look for with the quizzes is, did the student actually read the document that I asked them to read? If that question is yes, and there was an honest effort that was put into the answer, then generally I'm usually awarding 3 out of a possibility of 3 points. You're going to have 5 of these quizzes over the course of the semester, located throughout the course of the semester, and each of them will be worth 3 points apiece, for a grand total of 15% of your cumulative grade. You'll also have 2 papers. One of those papers is going to be based on the reading of the Sinclair text, which is why it's so important for you to get busy reading that text as soon as you possibly can. The other paper will be based off of the Ehrenreich text, and once again, you should have a copy of that so that you can do well on the papers. Now, as the due dates for these papers approach, you will find guidelines that will not only ask you the central question, but tell you how you should format your paper and what you should expect as well. As a matter of fact, they're already available to you. If you really wanted them, all you need to do is go into the week-by-week breakdown and find the assignment folder with the guidelines inside. There is 1 midterm and 1 final exam in this class, and both of those exams will consist of a combination of multiple choice questions, short answer essay questions, and 1 long essay question. Once again, a significant period ahead of time, I will give you a copy of a review guide that will explain what you need to study, what you need to review, to be sure that you're prepared for the exam. Toward the middle of page 5, you'll see the grading scale. It's generally black and white. I usually don't grade on a curve, so to speak. If you have any questions about that, individual questions, please feel free to contact me. The last thing that I wanted to mention before I break is the withdrawal policy in this class. You'll note toward the bottom of page 5, the syllabus will point out the last day to withdraw from this class without the class appearing on your official transcripts, usually as a failing grade. However, there are consequences for dropping a class, and you should be mindful of that if you are entertaining that particular thought. So please, as is the case with the rest of the syllabus, please read through it and make sure that you are comfortable with the policies. And as always, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. I'm looking forward to a very productive semester with each of you. Now, what I would do if I were you is I'd get started on the reading. Upton Sinclair is available to you even if you have not yet purchased the book. So get reading the Sinclair text. I'll see you later.